Caitlin Clark put an end to all of that today. She will not be playing in Unrivaled. Caitlin Clark will not be partaking in Unrivaled this season. So Caitlin Clark is officially out of Unrivaled. End of the day, she said no. And I'm going to watch Unrivaled. Hopefully it is. All right. She's not going to be in Unrivaled, obviously. Breaking news. Caitlin Clark just turned down a jaw-dropping $100 million offer to join Unrivaled. Why would the biggest star in women's basketball say no? And what does she want more? We heard Caitlin Clark in her exit interview talk about doing 5-on-5. Getting ready for USA, I think there will be a camp or something in November. They actually play in February, so she's going to be getting ready for that. That's as soon as I heard that, I ruled out Unrivaled. Caitlin Clark has once again turned down the chance to play in Unrivaled, despite her popularity being the main reason fans are watching women's basketball today. The league wanted her presence to grow their brand, but she rejected the offer, choosing not to help them boost ratings. It's been announced today that Caitlin Clark will not be playing in an Unrivaled for the second year in a row. I'm going to keep all the way real with y'all. Good. I'm glad. Let them build it up by themselves, man. Listen, bro. We just watched Clark play 13 games this season. Let's stop playing. She's the person we primarily want to see. I know the WNBA girls don't like it. Reports revealed that Unrivaled was prepared to offer Caitlin Clark a 7-figure deal, plus a Messi-like package that included equity and revenue sharing. The league believed this kind of historic offer would be enough to convince her, but Clark made it clear she was not interested. Has been courting Clark since its launch last year. Front Office Sports reported at the time that the league was prepared to offer her a 7-figure deal, plus a Lionel Messi-like offer that included equity and revenue sharing in the league. 7 figures wasn't going to be enough, baby. Y'all gotta step it up. 8 figures plus. Front Office Sports confirmed that Clark rejected Unrivaled's latest push even, though the league had given equity to its first 36 players and promised an average salary of over $200,000. The speculation grew stronger when 2 roster spots remained open, but she still said no. The Miami League gave all of its first 36 players equity last year and paid an average salary of over $200,000, far more than the paltry $78,000 Clark earned in the WNBA this past season. This season, the league expanded to 8 teams and 46 players. Clark explained through her exit interview that her focus is on Team USA and preparing for 5-versus-5 basketball. She made it clear that Unrivaled's 3-versus-3 format does not match her goals, and for that reason, she refused to join them despite all the noise around the deal. She could work on her one-on-one scoring. She could work on her ability to shoot going right because these games don't really matter. Like Sabrina, she could go Team Cancun like Sabrini and Escu, but at the same time, maybe she's like, I would rather not play in Unrivaled, because if I did play in Unrivaled, I wouldn't be giving it 100%, and I don't really want to play without giving it 100%. I already want to play, which would be understandable as well. So, for me anyway, I think it's, again, selfishly you would want Caitlin playing Unrivaled, but like it makes sense. It makes sense that she's talking about playing 5v5. He's going to be at Team USA practice. Even when discussing her return to full basketball activities, Clark stated she would not appear in Unrivaled. Instead, she is preparing for competitive training camps with Team USA, which she sees as more valuable for her growth than taking the money being offered. When her return is going to be this season, I don't think she's going to play. She's not going to be in Unrivaled, obviously. And I think Team USA are going to have some form of camp before that, because every single player that's going to be at Team USA camp outside of probably Caleb McBride isn't playing over, and they can always have small camps, just like they do for the 3x3 during International Weekend. The creator argued that Unrivaled simply wanted to use Clark for ratings, even though many players in the WNBA had already shown dislike toward her. That's why her rejection was seen as a powerful move to stop being exploited for publicity. Clearly, y'all don't like her because y'all showed us that in the WNBA, but yet you want her to go to Unrivaled to help you with the ratings. That's using her. I'm tired of seeing Clark get used. And I hope this season, Clark, you wake the Kibakor up and start putting your foot down. Let Stephanie White know what time it is. Listen, how you trying to play? Because this is how I'm trying to play. It's my last season here. If not, so let's just get on the same page about something. I'm not watching to see Stephanie White coach. I'm watching to see Caitlin Clark play. Clark spoke firmly against being used for speculation, saying the league promoted her name for months, even though she had already said no. She wanted fans to understand that she was never in negotiations, making her rejection public and final. They used me for promo all last year. I let it go on for a long time, hoping they would stop and let people know. They let it go on so long to the point that I had to come out and say, I'm not playing in it. Y'all can stop. Y'all can stop now. So this is basically Caitlin Clark saying, yo, stop playing with my name. Stop playing with my name. Stop trying to use my name to promote y'all league. Y'all know I'm not in negotiations with y'all. I dubbed y'all and told y'all no a long time ago. Don't do this speculation thing with my name. And I respect her for standing on that. In her interview, Clark made it clear that her priority was 5 versus 5 basketball in Team USA, not the 3-on-3 style of Unrivaled. This commitment explained why she dismissed even the most lucrative deals coming from the rival league. It's all about the 5v5 and preparing for 5v5. She also mentioned later on that she needs to get ready for USA basketball, and then she needs to find something to do to get herself ready for USA basketball. But from what all accounts from Front Office Sports, Yahoo Sports, I know there was an article earlier this week by Sportska, I believe by Athlon Sports, that signs pointing to Caitlin Clark not joining Unrivaled this upcoming season. The coverage highlighted how Clark didn't want her name used as free promo for Unrivaled. By shutting it down early, she avoided a repeat of last season when fans were led to believe she might play until the very last minute. And look, Caitlin's making sure, they're not using her for free promo. And to be fair, they're like, oh, we still have 2 more players to go and it's going to take us a while. We're not announcing it. So I genuinely do think she's probably like, oh, let not let them use her name for clout. I do think that with Caitlin Clark, with, the whole Caitlin and Fee situation, she's probably like, I'm not letting her use my name for this again. No, I'm not playing Unrivaled. That's known so early. Clark's preparation for Team USA was described as being tougher than a WNBA game itself, with scrimmages full of top talent. For her, this challenge was worth more than any Unrivaled paycheck, making her decision to reject the league clear. And it realistically means that we're going to see Caitlin back something in March. I would be shocked if USA don't play some sort of a friendly during that period. I think there might be enough money in it that in March, during that international break, with their training camp, maybe they do play a friendly game. Maybe they go and play. I'm trying to think of a team that's already qualified that will play them. They might go and play a team like that and play them. They might go and play a team like that and go and beat them by 50 because I don't think they play Belgium. I think the chemistry is just too high for Belgium. I don't think there's enough of a gain to just go and possibly lose a game. Someone that's not playing that qualifying tournament. Clark explained that she did not want her career path controlled by another startup league, even if the money was high. Her goal was long-term success and development in real basketball formats rather than short-term hype. The Indiana Fever has taken the gag order off Caitlin Clark, and she is finally made available to speak to the media. She talks about Kathy Angelbert talking about her $16 million deals. She talks about Nafisa Collier and what she said, and she also speaks about her ankle injury. Full disclaimer, in Transcript 7, it was emphasized that Caitlin Clark never saw herself fitting into Unrivaled's model. Instead, she focused on opportunities that aligned with her growth, which is why she turned away from the supposed $100 million offer without hesitation. For the players as a whole. I'm not saying, all the players were against Caitlin Clark last year, but there was certainly a feeling of resentment. I think it's fair to say the pay us what you owe us shirts. I joke could say pay us what you owe her, but it was a big statement for Clark to make that statement by wearing the shirts. I also think, the biggest chip they could possibly get, if your fee is CC and Unrivaled. We don't know, if that's going to happen or not. Of course, the reaction highlighted how everyone around Clark benefits from her presence, teammates, rivals, and even the league itself. This rejection showed that she is finally putting her own value first rather than letting others gain from her name. And that's why I say people are using her. I don't think Lexi's using Clark. I don't think Allie is using a Clark, but they're benefiting. Everyone benefits. So I think it's about time for Clark to benefit. She should be benefiting. Seriously, for the commissioner to sit there and say, she need to be happy she's in the WNBA, she could have got this deal. She been getting money since college. Are you talking about? It's crazy when you think about that. Fans reacted by calling Unrivaled a dub after Clark turned them down for the 2nd year in a row. Without Caitlin or Asia Wilson, viewers insisted they had no real interest in watching a 3-on-3 format. We'll see what's going on with that. But as of now, Caitlin Clark has officially dubbed Unrivaled. They are a dub, man. They are a dub. So It'll be interesting to see what happens with this league. I think that they have to get out of a 3-on-3. Like, people are like, bro, we don't really want to watch 3-on-3. We don't really want to watch 3-on-3. I'm sorry, Fee. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And y'all don't got Caitlyn. You think I'm trying to come on, bro, come on. Speculation from Unrivaled executives tried to tease her involvement, but Clark shutting it down sparked conversations about the league's credibility. Many saw her decision as protecting herself from being used for promotion. Unrivaled put out a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of an update, something that had the fans thinking, can she really be doing this? A message from Unrivaled GM Claire Dwellius. We couldn't be more excited about the incredible talent we've added so far, in addition to our returning athletes heading into Season 2. We know you all were eager to learn who would be joining us this year, and we wanted to give you as much information as possible ahead of more big news tomorrow in Philly. Commentators noted that Clark likely wouldn't even thrive in Unrivaled's small guard unfriendly format. Her rejection not only saved her from a poor fit, but also showed her focus on long-term development rather than quick headlines. She's genuinely not going to be that good. We saw players like Caitlyn were not good. Sabrina was terrible in Arrivals. Even Enrique, who they thought was going to be insane, was terrible. Small guards were not good. The best players in Arrival were Alyssa Thomas before she got hurt. Fee Chelsea Gray, who just played volleyball. Chelsea Gray, who's currently guarding power forwards in the WNBA. Angel Reese, Caleb McBride. It was about big being big and strong. Observers said Team USA training camps will give Clark all the competition she needs. Many agreed this was more impactful than taking Unrival's money since the scrimmages are as tough as real WNBA games. That Caitlyn is going to be playing, she's going to be playing in some competitive 5v5 games. Because, by the way, people don't understand that these training camps for USA are super competitive. Everybody wants to make these teams. This is the pinnacle of the career for a lot of these players. So I think a lot of players go and give as much for these training camps as they would like Norm if it was a real game. Coverage emphasized that Unrivaled strategy backfired as Clark's rejection made the league look desperate. Analysts pointed out that the league needed her name for survival, and without it, their future looks uncertain. Or is the new person going to step in and say, okay, I'm stepping in. I'm a new face. I'm a new brain. I'm a new spokesperson. I'm a new mouthpiece for this league. Some of these demands are a little crazy. How are we going to adjust that? And when Nafisa Kali and Brianna Stewart looks at that and brings it back and talks amongst the players with it, it's going to be up to you to say, hey, this league means a lot to me. We gotta keep this afloat. I know you're only in your second year going into your third year, but you have the most leverage in that room. You have the biggest brand in that room. You have the most leverage in that room. You're the only person the owners look at and see dollar signs in that room. You're the only person fans can see and say, oh, that's Caitlyn Clark. Takeaway was that Clark's decision sent shockwaves across women's basketball. By refusing even an 8-figure-type package, she proved her star power goes beyond money, forcing Unrivaled to rethink its strategy. A lot of what Caitlyn Clark fans were claiming last season and throughout her WNBA career is coming into the limelight with other people, supporting it after it was kind of refuted or argued against during her rookie campaign, which is interesting. Now, this is all under what Kathy Engelbert allegedly told Enfi Sakir, the WNBA commissioner, that Clark should be grateful. At the end of the day, she said no to Unrivaled. Let me know what you think. As of now, Caitlyn Clark has officially dubbed Unrivaled. Signs are pointing to Caitlyn Clark not joining Unrivaled this upcoming season. She's not letting them use her name for clout. It's known so early she's not playing. These USA camps are as tough as WNBA games. That's where